Picture yourself 6 months from today, stronger, wiser, and more successful than ever before. The only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is the action you decide to take today. Are you prepared to shape the next 6 months of your life for unstoppable success? People often overestimate what they can accomplish in a single day, yet they tend to underestimate just how much they can achieve in 6 months. In today's video, we're going to break down exactly how you can completely transform your life in just 180 days. You might be wondering, why 6 months? Here's why. A year feels like too long to wait for results, while a month is too short to see any real change. But 6 months? That's the sweet spot. It's long enough to see meaningful progress, but short enough to keep your motivation strong and your energy high. Fascinating, right? Here's something that never fails to amaze me. Most people put more effort into planning their vacations than they do into planning their own lives. They'll spend hours researching the best hotels but won't take 30 minutes to map out their future. Unbelievable, isn't it? But you're different. You're here because, deep down, you know it's time for a change. Let me ask you this, if you keep doing exactly what you're doing now, where will you be 6 months from today? Same job? Same income? Same problems? Same excuses? If you don't make a change, you are actively choosing to stay where you are. Let that sink in. This is the beauty of a 6-month plan. It creates what I like to call realistic urgency. You won't have time to procrastinate because those 6 months will pass in the blink of an eye, yet you'll still have enough time to make real, lasting progress. It's the perfect balance. Now, let's go over the key principles behind true transformation. Success leaves clues. One thing I've learned over the years is that extraordinary success isn't about doing thousands of different things. Instead, it's about doing a handful of things over and over again with consistency. Repetition builds skill, and consistency is the foundation of success. Let's begin with the first essential component of your 6-month transformation, clarity. You must be crystal clear about what you want. Vague goals will always lead to vague results, whereas specific goals produce specific outcomes. Write this down, clarity is power. When you know exactly what you want, the universe has a way of aligning with your intentions. Here's something interesting, most people are very good at describing what they don't want, but they struggle to define what they do want. They can talk for hours about what's wrong with their job, their relationships, or their finances. But when asked what they'd rather have instead, they can't give a clear answer. That's why clarity is the starting point. Here's what I want you to do tonight. Grab a piece of paper and write down exactly what you want your life to look like 6 months from now. Be specific. Instead of writing something vague like "I want to be happy," set a measurable goal. I want to increase my income by 40%, read 12 books, lose 20 pounds, and start a side business. Do you see the difference? Now, let's move to the second key principle, your life philosophy. The way you perceive and respond to life determines your future. And here's a crucial truth, it's not what happens to you that shapes your destiny, but how you respond to what happens. Think of it this way, it's not the wind that determines your direction, but the way you set your sail. Success isn't some magical, mysterious force. It's simply the result of applying basic principles consistently. However, here's the challenge, what's easy to do is also easy not to do. It's easy to read 10 pages of a great book daily, but it's just as easy not to. It's easy to save 10% of your income, yet just as easy not to. The power of association. Now, let's talk about something that will significantly impact your next 6 months, the people you surround yourself with. Remember this principle, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Write that down. Over the next 6 months, be intentional about who you spend your time with. Some people in your life need to be loved, from a distance. Interesting, isn't it? On your journey to success, you will encounter 2 kinds of people, those who lift you up and those who drain your energy. Your mission for the next 6 months is simple, spend more time with those who inspire and support you, and less time with those who hold you back. Now, here's something fascinating about human potential, most people only operate at about 20% of what they're truly capable of. Why? Because they haven't committed to excellence. Instead of making the most of each day, they're just trying to get through it. And trust me, there's a world of difference between the two. The discipline of documentation. The fourth key to your 6-month transformation is tracking your progress. Starting today, you need to become a serious student of your own life. Keep a journal, document your insights, and track your progress. Small adjustments in your daily routine can lead to massive results over 6 months. Think about this: if you read just 10 pages of a good book every single day for 6 months, how much more knowledge would you have? If you absorb the wisdom from 7 carefully chosen books in that time, do you think your mindset and life would shift? Absolutely. And here's another success principle to remember: success isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by becoming the person you need to be. Over the next 6 months, your primary focus should be personal development. Invest more in yourself than you do in your job, because your success will always be a reflection of your personal growth. The power of investment. Finally, the 5th key principle is this: what you invest in today will shape your future. I'm not just referring to money, although that's important. I'm talking about investing in yourself. Here's a formula to remember: formal education will help you earn a living, but self-education has the power to create a fortune. Let me ask you this: over the past year, how much have you invested in your own personal growth? It's interesting, isn't it? People spend $100 on a single meal without hesitation, yet they hesitate to invest that same amount in a book, a seminar, or a course that could completely change their future. That's definitely something to think about. So, for the next 6 months, make it a priority to invest in yourself. Whether it's through books, coaching, courses, or seminars, commit to continuous learning. If someone has already achieved what you aspire to, that means they possess knowledge you don't. Learn from them. The miracle of incrementalism. The 6th key to transformation is what I call the miracle of incrementalism: small, consistent improvements that, over time, lead to massive results. Let me explain. If you focus on improving by just 1% every day for 6 months, by the end, you'll be 180% better than when you started. That's the power of compounded progress. But here's what I find truly fascinating: most people sit around waiting for some big breakthrough. They're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or a drastic shift. But success doesn't work that way. It's built through thousands of small, correct choices made daily, weekly, and monthly. The power of goals. Now, let's move on to the 7th key: the power of goals. You've probably heard about goal setting before, but let me offer you a new perspective. Most people set their goals too low, aiming for what they think is realistic rather than what they actually desire. For the next 6 months, push your limits. If your goals don't make you at least a little uncomfortable, they're not big enough. But here's the secret: break those big goals into daily actions. Success isn't about what you do once in a while, it's about what you do consistently. The power of your environment. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked: your environment. Your surroundings will either fuel your growth or hold you back. So, in the next 6 months, be intentional about designing an environment that supports your ambitions. Declutter your home, organize your workspace, and create a setting that energizes you. Here's a principle that changed my life. You can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction instantly. Tonight, you can make choices that will shape your future 6 months from now, and trust me, you'll be grateful you did. The power of resourcefulness. Let me share a powerful truth: success isn't about having unlimited resources. It's about being resourceful. It's not about what you lack, it's about how you maximize what you already have. For the next 6 months, focus on making the most of every opportunity in front of you. The power of standards. The 8th key to transformation is what I call the power of standards. Your life will always align with the standards you set. If you raise them, your life will rise to meet them. If you lower them, your life will decline accordingly. It really is that simple. Over the next 6 months, elevate your standards in every area: your health, your income, your business, your relationships. When you expect more from yourself, everything starts to change. Here's something fascinating: we tend to rise or fall to the level of our expectations. If you expect little, you'll receive little. But if you expect more, you'll achieve more. So, demand more from yourself than anyone else ever could. The power of rituals. The ninth key to transformation is what I call the power of rituals. Your daily habits shape your life far more than anything you do occasionally. So, for the next 6 months, establish daily routines that align with your goals. Let me give you one simple habit that could change everything: wake up an hour earlier. Think about it, just 1 extra hour a day adds up to 180 extra hours over 6 months. That's the equivalent of 4.5 full work weeks of focus time. Imagine how much you could achieve. The power of time management. Now, let's talk about time management. Don't just count the days, make the days count. Over the next 6 months, master your time. Time is the great equalizer. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. The only difference is how you use them. The power of accountability. The 10th key to transformation is what I call the power of accountability. When you're accountable to someone, your performance improves. For the next 6 months, find an accountability partner or join a mastermind group. Share your goals, track your progress, and celebrate your achievements. Here's something interesting about human nature: we're often more motivated to avoid letting others down than we are to push ourselves forward. Use that to your advantage. Make commitments to others that inspire you to follow through. The power of recovery. Now, let's address something critical: the power of recovery. Over the next 6 months, you will face challenges. That's not negativity, it's reality. The goal isn't to avoid setbacks. The goal is to recover quickly. The most successful people in the world aren't those who never fail, they're the ones who get back up every single time. The power of focus. The 11th key to transformation is what I call the power of focus. Here's a lesson I've learned: where your focus goes, your energy flows. Over the next 6 months, train yourself to focus intensely on what truly matters. Avoid distractions. Don't mistake being busy for being productive. And here's something truly powerful: motivation gets you started, but habits keep you moving forward. So, over the next 6 months, don't rely on motivation, rely on discipline. Motivation is like a warm shower: it feels great, but the effects don't last. The power of celebration. The 12th key to transformation is what I call the power of celebration. Too many people wait until they've reached their ultimate goal to celebrate. But that's a mistake. For the next 6 months, celebrate progress, not just achievements. Small victories fuel long-term motivation. The power of contribution. And finally, the 13th key, the power of contribution. Success without contribution is an empty victory. For the next 6 months, find ways to add value to others. The more you contribute, the more valuable you become. And here's something fascinating: wealth isn't just about money. The time is now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me leave you with this thought: 6 months from now, you will arrive somewhere. The real question is, where? The answer depends entirely on the choices you make today and the actions you take tomorrow. Your daily routine over the next 6 months will shape your life. Remember, life doesn't improve by chance, it improves by change. And right now, at this very moment, you have the chance to make changes that will transform your future. Don't wait for the perfect moment, take this moment and make it perfect. The gap between where you are today and where you want to be is bridged by the actions you take starting now. Whether you take action or not, 6 months will pass. The real question is, where do you want to be when those 6 months are over? Make them count. Make them meaningful. Make them memorable. 6 months from now, you will be telling one of 2 stories: a story of action and achievement, or a story of procrastination and regret. The choice is yours. Let me leave you with this final thought: everything you need to create an extraordinary life is already within your reach. The knowledge is available. The strategies are proven. The opportunities are limitless. The only question left is, are you ready to begin? Start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, right now. Take action on what you've learned today. Apply these principles. Follow this plan. And watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible. Life will pay whatever price you demand of it. If you ask for average, you'll get average. But if you demand excellence, you'll achieve excellence. So over the next 6 months, demand excellence in everything you do. Accept nothing less than your best. And remember this, the next 6 months of your life can be better than the last 6, but that won't happen by accident. It will happen by design, your design. Take control. Take charge. Take action. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Go forward and make the next 6 months the best of your life. The future belongs to those who prepare for it. And today, you've taken the first step toward that preparation. 6 months from now, you'll look back on this moment as the turning point, the day you chose to take control of your future. Time will pass regardless. The real question is, will you be proud of how you used it? Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Take action now. Your future self is counting on you.